Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all.
Hello, y'all.
Papa and I are here again today to talk to you about Welcome to Plathville, Season 4, Episode 1. We are getting him caught up, you guys. It's finally, hopefully we'll get caught up by the end of the week so that he can be on Season 5 with the rest of us before the next episode comes out on, well, probably not this coming up Tuesday, but before the next one.
Yeah, we'll be caught up by the
By
end of season 5, at least.
by more before the middle, my love. It's only like episode 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll get you caught up and before the middle of the season so that we can make podcasts about the new ones. Awesome. And again, I want to thank you guys. Anybody out there who's listening, if you're liking what you hear and you're giving us a little like from that click on the button or hitting subscribe, it's free. You don't have to pay anything.
Free.
If you're doing that or dropping us a comment or participating in our polls or anything like that, we thank you. We do appreciate each and every one of you. We do this, hoping that we find similar people out there, who need a place. So we want to hear what you think too.
Welcome.
Okay, episode 1. It starts out with some weird rap music in the Plath house. And you think...
Well, it starts out with a musical from Lydia.
Singing her hymns.
And
yeah.
it seems like it's like, well, yeah, exactly. But it's taped like it's a musical while she's walking around the room.
Well, yeah, because you go from the hymns to rap music, and it's supposed to show the different...
When she looked out the window, I thought a bird was going to land on her shoulder.
Like Mary Poppins?
Yeah, like Mary Poppins or Snow White.
Sound
White,
music.
like that, yeah.
You're funny. And then we see Kim teaching all the girls to dance, like modern dance.
And Kim looked different.
In a short skirt.
Kim looked different.
And she had lost some weight. Looking pretty good. And let me tell you, even after 10 kids, she got some really good legs.
Yeah.
She looks good. And then, so...
Of course, dancing will help with that, too.
Yes, very much so. Kim said that in the course of 20 plus years, and in many ways, she lost herself and she's been in a fog. But now, like, she's taking time for herself. She's, like, trying to, put her health as a priority, going to the gym every day, which not many moms do. It's just one of the moms just don't take time for themselves.
But didn't Barry actually go to the gym? Why didn't she go to the gym with Barry?
Because she was at home with all the kids doing the homeschooling and taking care of the animals. And then at the new house, it was, again, taking care of the kids and cooking and cleaning and managing the rental properties. And, I mean, she's got...
I understand. Barry didn't help out much with that stuff.
At all. Then we find out that Kim was a dancer in college, and she's opening a dance studio.
Which is cool.
And some of the, making playlists for dance class and things like that, she realized just how much she's also missed out on.
Maybe after this show, maybe she'll have like a, dance moms type thing.
Oh, good God. That would be awesome and awful at the same time.
Like Kim's dance moms.
The train wreck that you can't not watch. I mean, I would probably watch it. Yeah. Let's be real. Barry said, to what degree are the physical changes she's going through affecting her mentally, emotionally?
I don't think it's affecting her at all mentally. Not the changes she's going through. I think as far as the marriage goes, with Barry not helping out a lot, not knowing how to cook or doing anything that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's more hurting her mentally than her changes. I think the changes she's going through right now is good for her.
And he also said, is Kim going through a midlife crisis? I don't know. And then he kind of laughs and says she's entering into that phase.
I think her...
So he's writing it all off as a midlife crisis.
I think her changes is affecting him mentally.
Well, yeah, because it's a big old kick in the ass that, hey, man, it's a new day, it's a new dawn. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah. The kids
And
are growing up.
realize that we only have really 3 little ones at home, like, because Isaac's what,
Isaac's-
16 years, 15, 16 years old.
Isaac will be out soon.
Yeah, so I mean, and he's doing his own thing most of the time. And so it's just the 3 little ones, and so there's a lot more time, to do things. And like, and they've moved, and so they don't have like all the farm stuff to do. So like Barry has, like, when he got home from work, he used to go out and just like play with the kids, not really like interact with them on a personal one-on-one deep level. But he was the play guy. He was the fun parent.
Well, maybe they didn't have like a sunroom back at the old farm to actually sit and talk.
I guess
Like they do
not.
now.
Their
They
house
got-
is beautiful, by the
Yes,
way.
it
I'm
is.
jealous as hell. Go, you guys.
There
And
was
then
sunroom. I love the sunroom.
Kim said, I've been a wife and mom, and now it's time to be me. And I think that happens to a lot of people in their mid to late 40s, early to mid 50s. And you're like, your
What are
kids
you
are.
getting at? Think I'm gonna go down?
I've been warning you about the possibility of midlife crisis since you turn like early 40s, just because you see it so often. All the books and the movies and all the stuff, that's the drama, is that somebody in the marriage goes through midlife crisis and either wants to leave and try new things or get a new wife or whatever, or husband, whatever the case may
Or
be.
just buy a new car, like Steve Martin.
Could be, yeah, absolutely. But dye your hair, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. But I've always said, that's a possibility, and you have to like kind of be self-aware about that, because most people just, again, they wake up and they're like, oh my God, like more than half my life is gone,
Yeah.
and like, what do I have to show for it, or what about me? And it becomes very narcissistic and selfish. Like, but you have to learn to balance you. And again, they're like us. They were raising kids and all that stuff before the internet was
Yeah,
huge, and
yeah.
before all this self-knowledge and stuff, and the internet. And we actually became more self-aware and learned to be aware of ourselves. So this is all new for them too. And so now Kim is kind of going through that catch-up phase of what the older kids are going through. And I think even though there'd been a lot of change before, it's really sped up her change of opinion of all that now.
Yeah.
So I think it's whole different ball game with Kim. Now, 2 months earlier is when Ethan, Olivia, and Mariah moved to Tampa, and they're all very
And
happy,
it's only been, I can't believe
very excited, right? And then now, present day, it's back to Olivia nitpicking Ethan, but Ethan is sassier now, and I am here for it.
I will say Ethan is actually he's happier, I think.
Yes.
He's acting happier anyway. Maybe he's...
Well, he's also saying his mind instead of just like keeping his mouth closed to avoid an argument and going out to work on something.
Yeah, he actually speaks his mind. He's good. He has a backbone.
I love it. Then we find out that Olivia's brother Nathan also moved in.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't even know she had a brother.
Well, she came from a large family also, and we found a little bit more about them.
That, yeah.
He's only 18. It's the first time he's been outside their parents' house. And he also said that the parents were very strict growing up, and it was a very, very sudden decision. He turned 18, didn't know what he wanted to do. Gets an offer from Olivia, tells his parents, and the next day he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, I would be very upset if my kids did that to us.
Yeah.
Well, one of them kind of did, but it's hurtful because, like, even if you do, because a lot of parents, even if you're parenting wrong,
You don't know it.
You don't realize it, and the kids don't really communicate well, and so they,
And again, it's subjective.
one kid may be okay with everything, and the next one may hate you.
So I mean, saying a parenting wrong is
For that kid,
yes,
let's just say.
Yes, but
For that person.
Yes.
And then and I said it last time before, when they decided to move in together, Mariah doesn't do chores, and she never did, and she probably never will on a regular basis.
She's actually worse now, they said.
Well, Max was supposed to move in, and now he isn't.
Yeah.
That is kind of something that continues the next couple episodes.
And I think mentally she's tuned out right now. She don't care about nothing.
She's in depression. Let's be real. She's in herself and in her misery.
Yeah.
And then Ethan thinks it's going to be funny to unhook Mariah's coils and batteries so that she can't leave until she does the dishes.
I thought they were just spark plugs.
Well, that's like, I think he called that the coils.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, I mean, he unhooked them, and she couldn't go nowhere. He thought it was funny. She did not
No.
at the time.
But here's the thing. Mariah comes out of her room in full black leather, long black leather pants, jacket, the boots. It's fucking Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, well, she's skinny.
But it's like,
She needs a cheeseburger.
and I understand she's depressed in the black thing. Our kids went through it,
Yeah.
been there. But full leather in Tampa, that's you. Oh my goodness. And she says when the car won't start, she says, I don't even care anymore, and goes back in her room.
She actually wore those pants on the beach.
And it was very, man, I've said that myself.
Yeah.
In that depression and that frustration where you just don't have the emotional bandwidth to even get upset about something because you're already deep in it about something else. So I get that. Then we show Micah, and he's in LA, and he hooked up with his friend Hayden, who he actually met in Georgia.
Yeah.
And we found out that he's tried weed, and he told his mom about it.
His mom was cool.
And she didn't care because her mom used to grow it. So, I mean...
So we're learning more and more about Kim's background as it goes on.
That, and about how maybe when it's just Kim one-on-one, she's not as tough as maybe other parents are.
I like to see Barry's background.
Right.
I don't.
We don't get much on those extras. Like, he doesn't really talk about his family at all.
Yeah,
and I mentioned that before.
I like to see the background. I don't care about him dressing up in armor and proposing to Kim.
Yeah, I want to know his childhood.
Exactly.
He grew up on a farm in Minnesota with his mom, dad, and
they're still.
And it was a strict childhood, we know, and it was tough because there was a lot of chores on the farm. But what relationships, information, again, where's beyond that surface level?
Well, a few seasons ago, he did say that they had a good relationship. That's back when Mariah went to Minnesota.
He's like, they're my parents. I love them.
Yeah, but now we don't know.
Right. And then we know that Micah he's working on his acting. He's going to classes. He's doing his modeling, dating a lot more, and he's doing like LA, whatever LA stuff is, and he likes the bigger variety of girls. So at least he doesn't stick to like one type. He has a variety.
And he also said, well, you'll probably get into it here. Do you have it in?
Go ahead.
He also said that they asked him if he found a trans woman, but he didn't know at the time attractive. Would he date her? And he said to be determined. So he didn't say no.
I've always felt there was a little bit of a swish to Micah.
Oh, I think he.
I think he's definitely bi.
Well, I think that doesn't matter. But I think...
No, I'm just saying.
But he's been sheltered for so long.
He doesn't even know.
No.
I think that's it. But I'm just saying, I think he's bi, and then maybe he's awakening to that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Not that I care.
Well, I think LA would probably do that to you.
Oh, stop. Oh,
No.
Oh, you mean wake you up to what's out there?
Yes.
Got you. Sorry. I took it the wrong way. My bad. Sorry.
I'm off. I'm on the left side. I agree with that.
No, I know you are. That's why I was just like, what? And he's living rent-free right now because he's pet sitting next door to his good friend Hayden.
And he's cleaning out some
And he's got some good buddies that he gets to hang out with. At least he has like some like normal friends, which is nice.
Yep.
I don't mean normal in a bad way, just like
him.
Dudes that aren't going to get in trouble and out doing nonsense.
Yeah, they're like him. They're like Mike.
And Micah said that he had thought he'd adjusted well after leaving the farm, but moving to LA, he's still got a lot to learn. Dude, that's everybody. I grew up in a small town. I wasn't sheltered intentionally. It was just there was nothing to do.
It was just the time of...
And if I went to LA, I'd be like, holy I wouldn't be able to find my way out of the airport probably without asking directions 8,000 times.
But I don't think LA is like it is now back when we were kids. I'm sure it was a little bit more...
Yeah, it was more dangerous back then.
Maybe not as... I think maybe now it's more dangerous.
I don't know. I hope not. I don't...
I think
I don't want...
I think every city is dangerous.
It makes me sad.
Every city is dangerous.
But I'm just letting Micah know. If you're out there, if anyone knows him, let him know. Dude, everybody would be that way.
Yeah.
Anybody that's never been to a big city and just goes there for the first time, like, yeah, we've been there when we traveled, even just going through airports and things to get places.
That's just recently.
Yeah,
that's for years.
It's a lot, and it's scary, I think. It's very intimidating. Anyway, And then we see that Ethan reconnects Mariah's car and she drives to the beach and it's night and she's
Still has her leather pants on.
obviously sad, you know, and she's too thin. And she plays her sad breakup song on her guitar and sings and cries.
You know, this is how Taylor Swift got popular.
Well,
I can see Mariah heading down the same path, which is awesome because Taylor Swift has done nothing wrong but make billions and billions of dollars. Okay,
right? No,
but, I mean,
about
whatever
about
path,
heartbreak,
exactly.
and
Whatever
love, and all that. Yeah,
how she chooses to make her songs.
True.
Go for it.
It's very
Go for
true.
it. Exactly.
And then she says that Max made a mistake and she's in a dark place. Here's the thing. She's only 19.
Mm-hmm.
This is her first love.
It would have happened regardless.
Her first heartbreak.
Yes.
And she said she needs to focus on healing because he really hurt me. And at this point, we're all assuming he cheated.
Yeah.
Right? We all been there.
It is a type of.
And we've been here with our kids, like, went through these things, that first love. But that's usually when they're like 13, 14,
Yeah.
15, 16 years old, not 19. So, I mean, and we remember how sad they were, you know, when they would just sob because their little hearts were broken.
Yeah.
And I always told the girls, or when they're growing up, look, you date to practice. You figure out what you do like, what you don't like, what, you know, what matters to you, what doesn't matter to you. They're just practice until you find the right one.
And every one of us has been there.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, but when it's happening to you, nobody else knows what you're going through. It's just,
Well, Ben,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's about you.
And you're like, oh, no one's ever been heartbroken like this before, ever.
I wore leather pants to the beach before.
Oh,
It felt like this.
But I just think that's kind of weird.
Now, back to my question I was going to ask you before the podcast.
Yes.
Do you think Max is redeemable?
Well, before we saw his interaction with Micah or after?
Well, maybe we can do it after.
Okay, we'll ask.
Answer it after.
Because then we are off to Ethan and Olivia.
Yeah.
And they're spending some time skating. And then Ethan hurts his ankle trying to keep Olivia up after she insists they hold hands while they skate. And this being only their second time ever on skates.
They're both doing pretty good.
Yeah. But then Olivia says, it's always my fault. And Ethan's like,
this is the best.
Yeah. No, it's not always your fault. It's just your fault in this instance.
And the cameraman laughed. Did you hear that?
And the fact that he actually said that and he's like, in a way that was like he knew that like it was honest, but it was also funny. Yeah. And so it was just great. I love this sassy Ethan, that happy guy that actually gets to like express his opinion on things.
What gets me is that he said it so genuine.
Yeah.
Right? That he didn't say it to be funny.
No, it just
came
true.
out. Yeah. And the cameraman just busted out laughing.
And it's great. But here's the thing. This is the thing why Olivia is a narcissist. He's limping along to go back home, and she doesn't even wait for him. She just skates on home, leaves him limping behind. And I'm just like, oh, you're a terrible person. Yeah. And here's the thing. You don't love him, so let him go. Let him be happy with someone who actually loves him.
I think she's actually better right now. At this point in time, okay, I think she's a little bit better.
What do you mean?
I mean, she seems happier.
Yes.
Okay. She's not all the I need my space.
Yeah, all that nonsense.
We got that for Kim now. Kim has that word now. And we'll cover that later, but which made me laugh. But I mean, she seems better right now. She seems happier. I mean,
she does seem happier.
Her and Ethan seem better at this point in time. I don't think she really meant anything bad by it as far as walking away.
Okay. No, she just skated on home and left his ass limping behind.
She just didn't think about it, and
that's not okay.
Well, it's not.
And along with the nitpicking and no, okay. Here's Thanksgiving, and Olivia and Nathan, her brother, are cooking, while Ethan and Mariah are in the garage. Now, they didn't celebrate Thanksgiving growing up.
Or any holiday, yeah.
And Mariah's sad, and Ethan just doesn't like anything in the kitchen. So they're hiding out. But then the doorbell rings, and there's a surprise for Mariah.
And it goes to commercial.
But we know it's Micah.
Well, I didn't at the time.
And it was so great. And Micah perks everybody up. And everyone's more happy. They're all joking. They're not hiding from the kitchen Nazis.
Before we get too far, I do like one thing I seen.
Uh-huh.
The Christmas cuckoo clock
Yeah.
that they showed. Loved it. Loved it.
Good. Glad.
One.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's something I'll have to put on. Hey, I finally got you your Christmas train.
Yes.
To go around the
Yes.
tree finally after almost
Yep.
20 years. So
And we used it last year, and we'll use it again this year.
we'll figure out your clock thing later. Anyway,
Loved it.
so then he asks about Max, and Mariah says they're not together, and he asks what happened, and she starts to cry, and he says, "You don't have to talk about it." And he's just so genuine and sweet, you know. He never knows really what to say or do in a situation, but he just offers a hug and he's like, "That's okay, you don't have to talk about it."
What's awkward though
Yeah.
is that and then you could see it in Micah's face. She's like, "Let me show you my room." It's like, okay,
Well, it's like
that's like the little kid thing to do.
exactly. I was going to say that's what, a 4 or 5-year-old be like, "Let me show you my room."
And Micah's like, "All right."
But he was shocked to hear about what happened between them because not long ago he was keeping secrets about promise rings, and Max said he wanted to marry her. So he knows that something big must have happened.
Did it?
Well,
Was it huge? Or is she just young and she doesn't know how to take it?
well, I don't know. I mean, we'll find out because right now Kim's back at her dance studio. She loves it.
I
And
just love how they're just back and forth.
I know. Damn, she's flexible.
Yes.
Like for not having dancing on all that stuff and all those years, damn.
Well, didn't they do yoga?
Maybe, yeah, but
I'm not sure if we know Mariah did,
yeah.
but we don't know if Kim did. They never showed it. But I mean, she could
I
have
don't
done.
think Mariah was on the point in her life to actually like teach her mom anything
Well, I think
back
her
then.
mom already knew.
Possibly.
I'm sure her mom, if she's a dancer, I'm sure she knows yoga.
Maybe. Who knows?
That's how you stretch.
And
so you
she
get limber.
said that she always wanted to do an adult ballet class, but driving to Tallahassee or wherever just wasn't worth it. It was easier to open up her own dance studio. So, hey.
Have to teach your own class.
She said she wants a place the community can come and move and interact and have a great time. And she seems really happy about the studio. I mean, she hasn't never had anything really for herself before.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. And then it shows Barry and Isaac bringing furniture over to the studio, and they were fixing up her ballet bar. Now, here's the thing. At the farm, Kim said she was always there. She was either pregnant, nursing, homeschooling, cooking, shopping, clothing, teaching music, everything.
Yeah.
Plus all the rental properties. And then she got to think, like, what does life look like with just 3 kids at home or when there's no kids at home? And then while all this is going on, Barry said that there's a subtle foreboding that something's going on in our relationship that is not good, but I don't fully understand what's going on. How about you talk to your wife?
Yeah, how about you sit down in the sunroom and talk to your wife? Because that seems to be the talking room. Am I right? The sunroom?
Well, I mean, it's probably like where they easiest to like keep nice and they
No, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I mean, I would love to have a room like that. It's
Yeah.
a porch, basically, with
Absolutely.
it's a closed-in porch is what it is.
no bugs.
Exactly, yeah. Just come on in, sit there, and chat.
Right.
And he works from home, so it's not like he
Well,
has...
during COVID at that time period
Oh,
of time.
okay. But yeah, I mean, during that time, right now, we're not talking about the future, right now. He's
Yeah.
home working. You know, I'm sure he doesn't work 24/7.
And he's got an extra couple hours a day because you don't spend it in the commute.
Yeah.
Spend that time with your kids
He's
or
home
your
for
wife.
lunch. He's home for lunch, right?
But when they're there, Barry and Isaac are at the studio and they're putting that bar together, whatever.
Mhm.
Barry says, he asked who was trying to put it together, and she said it was her and Amber, which is their next oldest daughter at
Yeah.
home after Lydia.
Yeah, he mumbled something. I couldn't get it.
And Isaac obviously got it together in like 2 seconds, And Kim was like, "Oh my God, we tried for hours and whatever." And when she said that she and Amber did it, he goes, "Oh, there you have it." Like that's the reason why they couldn't get together. It's because the two girls.
Yeah.
And that really irritated me because let's be real, in our relationship, I'm the more handier.
Oh yeah, I'll admit it. You're handy.
You know, even though I'm not able to do much anymore, I know how to do things, putting things together.
I have no patience.
None. And so we're a really great team because you're the muscle and I just tell you how to do it and then it gets done.
I did put the vacuum cleaner together myself.
Yes, you did. You did it all by yourself. You did so good.
I did bring a stove in all by myself.
Okay, anyway, but off of us. And then
Just defending myself.
so no, you're amazing.
I know.
Everybody knows how much we love
Move
you.
on.
And then so like to me that it pissed me off because just because it's his wife and daughter, you know, doesn't mean that they got the other ones together.
Yeah, I think it's the way I think it's the way he's brought up.
Well, obviously.
You know, and he hasn't turned
Grown.
He hasn't turned with the times yet. Hasn't changed with the times, I should say.
And that is why Kim said, "I'm rethinking everything." And she was journaling about how unhappy she is with Barry. And that was the end of season 4, episode 1.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back very soon to do season 4, episode 2. I hope if you guys enjoyed it, come back and see us again for the next one. If you have any comments, suggestions, complaints, info, whatever,
Share us.
yeah, let us know. Please give us a share to your friends. And
Give us a like.
we really do appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, please remember to use your turn signal,
Subscribe.
spay and neuter your pets,
Subscribe.
wear your seatbelt,
Subscribe.
and please be kind. Bye.